Hola, ¿qué tal? Tengo otro video del español. En este video les explico cómo usar el condicional en español. El condicional es como would en inglés, ¿no? So if I want to say things like I would run, or she would do the homework, or they would eat the taco, this is what I'm going to use. The conditional, if you've learned the future tense, this is going to be even easier. If you haven't learned it yet, no big deal. And the good thing, I guess, is that if you haven't learned the future tense, once you learn the conditional, the future is going to be really easy for you. Why I'm saying that is because the conditional has the same irregular verbs as the future tense, and the conditional works just like the future tense. So in my other video on the future tense, you learned that you do not take off your AR, ER, or IR from the verb when you're conjugating it. And you also learned that there's one set of endings in the future tense. There's also one set of endings in the conditional. So, for example, if I want to say I would speak, I would just say put the ia ending on the end of hablar and have hablaría. That means I would speak. You'll notice the he/she form is the same as the yo form. You would distinguish the two based on context of the conversation. You might also be able to put this together with something you've learned before. These endings are the same as the imperfect in Spanish, like if you want to say like I was eating, you could say yo comía. That's the imperfect. They're the same endings. So you've actually kind of already learned these endings before. The only difference now is that I'm not taking the AR, ER, or IR off of my verb. I'm going to point out to you the irregulars, just to remind you, or if you haven't seen them yet, that's fine too. Here they are. Decir. What I'll do for you too is I will also pronounce the yo form of the verb for you, just so that I don't know, we'll do the he/she form. It's the same thing. We'll do the yo form or he/she form of the verb for you, so that you can see the pronunciation for it. Okay. Decir, diría. Hacer, haría. Poder, podría. Poner, pondría. Querer, querría. Saber, sabría. Salir, saldría. Tener, tendría. Valer, valdría. Venir, vendría. And then, and haber would be habría. So, I'm going to give you a question as an example right now, and then I'm going to give you 4 more questions. I want to see if you can answer them correctly with the conditional. Pues pregunta como modelo es, ¿qué comprarías con $1,000? ¿Qué comprarías con $1,000? So the question's asking, what would you buy with $1,000? Yo compraría una televisión muy grande. So I would buy a big TV, or a very big TV. So I'm going to give you 4 more questions. See if you can come up with an answer for me, and then we'll be done. So here come your questions. Okay, just in case you weren't sure what the question was asking, I'll tell you what it was asking, and I'll give you an answer to it. So the first one, ¿saltarías de un avión? Is, would you jump from an airplane? Para mí, yo no saltaría de un avión, no. El número 2, ¿comerías una hormiga por $1? Would you eat an ant for $1? Yo no comería una hormiga por $1, no, no gracias. 3, ¿trabajarías de voluntario en un comedor de beneficencia? Would you work as a volunteer in a soup kitchen? Sí, yo trabajaría de voluntario en un comedor de beneficencia. Perdón. Y 4, ¿te casarías con una persona fea? So the question is, would you marry an ugly person? Depende, pero sí, me casaría con una persona fea. So those are my 4 questions. I put the last one as a reflexive verb just so that you could see that you put the pronoun in front just like you would in any other instance as well. And the one verb that people always like to use in this conditional tense is ganar. If you're asking why, well, what would be the conjugation in the yo form or the he/she form? Thanks for watching. Let me know if you have questions.